Mr. Myers, um, regarding your trip to the waste to management plants, the two plants, one in New York and one in Florida. You said government is busy preparing an MOU with the one in New York, but then you mentioned that Florida, the price per kilowatt for electricity is much cheaper. Can you tell me if this is the same company in Miami the former government visited?
Thank you, Bibi, for your question. The former government visited a plant in Port St. Lucie or something like that in Florida. This one was in West Palm Beach. And the difference between the plant in New York and the one in Florida, the one in New York is a company that finance, builds, operate those companies. It's a proven technology. The plant in West Palm Beach, that is the newest facility in North America, but that was like a government, a municipal of West Palm Beach, and they put out bids and a company built the facility. But just like how you have VROMI department here, the government department is operating the waste to energy facility there. So again, the one in New York is more a proven technology, number one, and it's a company that will finance, build, operate the facility.
Thank you for that additional information on that topic. Most recently, you've been getting the Minister of Labor and Health, as well as the Chairlady of Parliament and leader of the Democratic Party, speaking out about the terms of reference for the landfill management. What I'd like to ask you is, how old is that terms of reference? I managed to secure a copy and I saw it. And for me, in my opinion, it's a very old document that is just being reprinted and passed on to whoever contractor, but I've never heard all the critics that I'm hearing now. So can you tell me how old is the contract, the terms of reference that is given to the contractors to manage the landfill in particular?
Well, I would have to look into how old exactly the terms of reference is. I could get that information for you. But then, as you indicated, it's probably the same terms of reference that was used for the previous contractor that was managing the landfill. So again, yeah, we are in an election cycle. I expect certain things, certain questions and things, but my job is to focus on the issues at hand. If there is issues at the landfill, to come with solutions to remedy those problems. I mean, everyone could critique, but I'm looking for people who, in the best interest of the country, will come with solutions on moving forward.
I have my turn. Minister Kirindango, it's been a while. We haven't seen you. The last time you came, you said you were traveling to the Netherlands to have a discussion on the Plan Van Impact, and you will return to us. We've never gotten anything about that. We've never heard about it. Can you now tell us exactly what came out of those meetings in the Netherlands?
That's true. That is what I've said before I went to Holland. After I came back, there were many reasons why I couldn't be present to give any answer. In the Netherlands, I have met the members van de voorgangscommissie, minister van de Steur, de SG van minister Plasterk, and the red line in Holland was how Holland can sustain, support the justice chain in St. Martin. I was promised to receive 6 police officers. I was promised to receive support for the prison, but not in detail. I had to organize a 2 days of conference that has been done on the 11th and the 12th of April. After that, I had to go to Aruba to attend, to visit the Minister of Justice in Aruba, and to attend some issues with the ACPOL, that is the system that the police is using for information. So there were a lot of things that I had to do because of the trip in the Netherlands. At this moment, I'm planning to go again because of the JVO to the Netherlands, and things that I didn't receive from the Netherlands yet, I try to get them in the coming visit to Netherlands.
Can I have a follow-up on that same topic?
We'll do that follow-up if time allows us in a follow-up section. Thank you very much for your questions, Bibi. Alita Singh, Daily Herald, you have the floor.
Good morning, Minister. Minister Gibson, Member of Parliament Ms. Sarah Westcott Williams mentioned on Monday that she believes that the percentage, almost 50% of the population that are between have the household income between 1,000 to 3,000 guilders is not based on brain drain, but more based on a shrinking middle class. Is that a sentiment you share? And if it is, what is being done to alleviate the situation or help?
I'm not familiar with the statistics that was quoted. I assume it was accurately quoted, and if it's accurately quoted, then that's what it is. The point is that we are facing shrinkage of one kind or the other, and something needs to be done. We no longer, as Page from the cruise industry is saying, can be complacent. I think we still have many opportunities to optimize the yield that our tourist industry can produce. And we need to do so in a professional manner to be able to enjoy the benefits of it. The complacency that is being talked about is a reality. And we no longer can afford that complacency. So we need to become proactive. I mentioned, for instance, in Parliament, you leave the airport and the first town you meet coming to the east is Simpson Bay. Just imagine a family, tourists, or residents walking along the Windward Island bank, the pharmacy, going in that direction, and they've got to avoid rocks and potholes, and if it rains, they've got to be careful they don't get wet. There is no kind of landscaping. In other words, all the tourists come at the airport, leave, and the first village they come, that's the signal that they get from St. Martin Wilds. Tourism is the most important pillar that we have for our economy. So one would think that you would do all to make certain that the signal you're sending to tourists is that you care about them, you want to make sure that they have a decent environment, that they can stroll moving from one place to the other without getting wet, that there's some landscaping, that there are no potholes. These are the things that I think we need to take a look at on a long-term basis to at least reinforce the basis of that pillar of economy that we all say is so important. If something is important, then you would do everything humanely possible to make sure you maintain it optimally. And that is not happening, and that needs to be tackled on a long-term basis to fix, to be able to get the yield out of your tourist product that's there, but you're not getting.
We had, I believe, 2 weeks ago, the issue with payments of 3 million in general not being paid to the Coast Guard from the Dutch Caribbean islands. Can either you or Minister Kirandongo say whether any of that outstanding payment belongs to St. Martin, and if yes, how much?
I know that we had to pay X amount to the Coast Guard, and that amount has been paid. I don't know about which amount you're talking about.
We had a report that there may be, it was in the paper, I believe, 2 weeks ago, that there may be a reduction in Coast Guard services because of a 3 million deficit. It didn't specify which islands owe the money, so my question is it St. Martin that owes? And if we owe, how much do we owe?
Yeah.
We're up to date?
I cannot answer that question. The last amount that we had to pay as St. Martin to the Coast Guard, 100% sure has been paid. But I can check what it is about.
Could I interject there, just so that we do not create misunderstandings? If vaguely I can recall that the report mentioned that the Coast Guard has a deficit of 3 million. Not caused by some island not making its contribution. It simply has a budgetary problem that the Coast Guard itself needs to fix, either by seeking additional revenue or by lowering expenses to fix that hole in their budget.
Thank you very much, Alida, for your questions. Bibi Haj Shah, you have the floor.
Minister Kirandango, you said when you went to Holland and all those meetings, you had extra trips to make, and you were given some promises. I've learned as a Caribbean, a promise is a comfort to a fool, and we've been getting a lot of promises from Holland. The 6 police officers that they promised in April, did we get any as yet? The support for the prison, did we get any as yet? Or is it just a promise?
A promise can take some time also for the one who promised you to attend the cases around the promise they have given. That's why I just said when I go end of this month to the Netherlands, I will see why what has been promised has not been concluded yet. Maybe they have the reasons. I want to stay positive because it was a positive meeting. I will stay positive, and I will still have the hope that I will see the promises done.
With regards to the prison, you have a prison escapee, maybe 2 months or more now on the loose. There was some kind of investigation to take place. Can you give us an update as to really what happened there and what measures have been taken since that prisoner escaped? And also, at the same time of the prison, I'm sure you heard that the prison is selling expired goods that even have maggots inside to prisoners. Have you heard of this? Did you look into this?
Sorry, I don't know about this. I hear this the first time that the prisoner that this prisoner is selling what you're saying. Measurements that has been taken is in the hand of the police force. It is not wise to say what we are doing to reach a goal. So that is the only question I can say, I can give at this moment.
I don't understand your answer, Minister
You
Kirandango.
want the question?
I need to know exactly what was done to enhance or reinforce security at the prison so that we don't get another prisoner escaping again. And this one is a dangerous prisoner that cannot be found. You said there was an investigation. Where are we with this investigation?
I respect every question from the press, but I am not willing to give any answers to a question just because of security. If I'm saying, for instance, X, Y, Z has been done, I am giving too much information to the person who don't need to have it. That's why I gave my answer so short.
So
Thank you very much. Alida, you have the floor.
Minister Jacobs, I believe maybe either 3 weeks or a month ago, forgive me on the timeline, you said that there was going to be some measurements of the monuments of all the on the register, on the list, so that, people who own land around it can be able to develop. Could you give me an update on how that project is going?
Thank you, Alida. I haven't had an update from the cultural department as such, but I do know that it is ongoing. Those that had put in requests would have had the priority, the first measurements, but we continue. We have many more monuments than people are aware of, and so that continues. And so as manpower allows, this is being done, and the remeasurement is being done together with Cadastre, I believe.
Thank you. Mr. Gibson, as Deputy Prime Minister, perhaps you can give an update on the process of electoral reform. Has there been any movement so far other than the report from the committee?
Prime Minister is back. So I'm no longer Deputy Prime Minister.
Here, no, that's what I ask.
The Prime Minister is in the country. So I rather a spokesperson of the council leave it up to the Prime Minister to share whatever information there is that's relevant relative to that topic.
Last week, I also asked about the SAR, the report, the advice of the SAR, and whether the Council of Ministers will take the advice or not. You said it still had to be dealt with by the Council of Ministers. Has that been done as yet?
No.
Not as yet.
Has not.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alito. Mr. Richardson, just checking in on the time. Do we have a round for follow-up? Okay. Bibi, your follow-up question?
Minister Kurundango, I personally published the maggots in the cup noodles, the expired chips that are being sold at the prison canteen for $1.25. If you didn't see it, I'm sure somebody in your ministry forgot to show you. So there was a video and there were photos of what is sold to prisoners in the prison. You said you didn't see it. You said you gave your answers very short because you didn't want to divulge information that might compromise the prison. Now I'm asking you, are we sure that the prison is secured and that no other prisoner, or one as dangerous as Kuchi, will escape again?
The prison is assured.
Is assured or secured?
It's secure, sorry, it's secure.
Fully secured.
I don't know what you call fully secure. For what we have on our side, we put everything that we can do together to secure the prison. I don't know which answer exactly you want to hear.
It's not what I want to hear. I want the people to be assured that they will not have to deal with a situation that we are currently dealing with. An escaped prisoner that killed people on the loose. The French police is looking like crazy, even in homes. For this person, I haven't seen much happening on that side, probably because they know he's not on that side. So I would just like to know if we risk having this situation again. That's all I'm asking you. Do we risk this
Okay,
situation
Bibi,
again?
thank you very much. Minister, you have the final word.
I don't know what to answer.
Okay.
100% sure for something nobody has any sense. As a minister, I try to do my best to use what I have on my side, in my hands, to do, to take, and to make the best of it.
Okay, thank you very much, Minister Kurundango. Alita, did you have any follow-up questions?
Just one on the same issue of the escaped prisoner. Are you certain, or is there have been any information that that this person can still be on the island? And secondly, if not, have we alerted the other, or what's happening around us to find this gentleman?
Maybe I have to give some extra information, and I have given this in the past already. I became a minister in January 2016. I have been a cop since 1980. I don't change from a cop to a minister in 3 months. I cannot answer a question like that if I know where. I cannot. I will not. And I hope you can understand for me.